Do you want to become a better leader and take charge of your own life? In this mini course by Paul Robinson, you will learn the essential steps to become a successful leader and take control of your life. Discover the art of leading yourself and watch your productivity skyrocket.
Before you become a leader, you need to lead yourself. Personal leadership is one of the key foundations of leadership. The logic is very simple. If you can't lead yourself, then why should someone trust you and follow you? So leadership development begins with self-development. You see, engineers have computers, painters have canvases and brushes, musicians with various instruments. Leaders have only themselves. The instrument of leadership is the self, and the mastery and the art of leadership come from the mastery of the self. Therefore, personal leadership is a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. To lead others effectively, one must first lead oneself. Self-discovery and self-mastery are essential components of leadership development, as they enable leaders to gain deep understanding of themselves, their strengths, their weaknesses, and learn also how to leverage them to achieve success. Self-discovery to self-mastery. Self-discovery involves exploring and understanding one's values, beliefs, and motivations. It is about understanding one's personality, preferences, and behavioral patterns. It is essential for leaders to understand themselves because it helps them to make better decisions and take actions that are aligned with their values and goals. Self-mastery, on the other hand, involves developing self-control or self-regulation, emotional intelligence, and resilience. It's about learning to manage one's own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in a way that enables one to be effective and productive at work or in life. Self-mastery helps leaders to stay calm and focused in the face of challenges and to make wise decisions. Leaders who have mastered themselves are better equipped to lead other people. They're able to set a positive example for their teams, inspire and motivate them, and create a culture of excellence. Self-mastery also helps leaders to build strong relationship with their team members, as they are better able to understand their needs, motivations, and aspirations. Self-discovery and self-mastery are ongoing processes that require continuous reflection and self-awareness. Leaders must be willing to take a critical look at themselves and identify areas for improvement. They must also be open to feedbacks and willing to learn from their own mistakes. Developing yourself. Leadership is a profoundly human process. Therefore, becoming a better leader follows the same process as becoming a better person. Leadership begins within yourself. You are the core foundation of your leadership. Whether you're managing a small team or managing a group of people or the CEO to a large enterprise, your leadership begins with personal leadership. Even organizational leadership begins with personal leadership. Personal leadership is taking responsibility for all aspects of your life and leading it in a direction that is best for you. It begins with taking 100% responsibility for your life. This means a total absence of blaming others or circumstances or past events and taking full responsibility for your actions, results, and behaviors. It requires a total understanding of a total acceptance of yourself. And taking responsibility also means you take responsibility for your mistakes, not only taking responsibility for the mistakes, but also fixing those mistakes and taking 100% responsibility for your personal development. Accountability. Accountability starts with you when you own your own responsibilities. Accountability requires a certain degree of self-discipline, and self-discipline requires an ability to delay gratification. It makes you negotiate with yourself and do the things that are important and critical for your growth. Accountability is not doing what is convenient. It is doing things that are uncomfortable, doing uncomfortable tasks because you are committed to doing it. The more accountable you are as a person, the less you're likely to procrastinate. Accountability also means you will take action. The more you're accountable, the more you are credible as a leader. And the more credible you are, the more influential you become. Leading yourself. Leading yourself is an intentional process of designing your goals and achieving them. It's against the idea of living in the default setting of life. When you lead yourself, you make real hard decisions and choices to live according to your highest values. Leading yourself requires empowering beliefs, powerful habits, and above all, a positive mindset that can help you apply your skills to become better at what you do. So you need to develop your authentic voice and a vision for yourself so that your life will be led in alignment with your values and your personal philosophy. You need to develop a worldview and a sound character that attracts more people to rally for your own vision of the future. When you practice personal leadership, you lead from the inside because you are committed to a larger cause, and people will commit to that cause because you believe in it strongly. Now, I want to suggest you 3 steps for personal leadership. It begins with a personal vision of who you want to become and what you want to accomplish. Then it's about finding the big why or the reasons for your vision. And lastly, figuring out the how you want to achieve that vision. Step 1, personal leadership begins with a compelling vision or what. The vision of the future is leading you to the person you are committed to become. Vision is about where you want to be or who you want to become. It's embracing your ideal self. It's the answer to that big question, how do you see yourself in the future?
John C. Maxwell said it perfectly. Vision, people who never see it. They are wanderers, people who see it but never pursue it on their own. They are followers, people who see it and pursue it. They are achievers. Vision, people who see it, pursue it, and help others see and pursue it. They are leaders.
So the bigger question to ask yourself is where you are right now and where you want to be, let's say in the next 10 to 20 years. How do you envision your life as a leader? What is the difference that you want to make in this world? What is your big vision? What do you want to accomplish? And who will support your vision? You see, personal leadership is your commitment to take the lead in your own life. You take the opportunity to design, create, and achieve your ideal ways of living and leading. Your personal vision is that big picture about yourself, and your vision is achieved through many shorter milestones called goals. So ask yourself, what are your leadership goals? What are your leadership milestones? What difference do you want to make in this world? What inspires you? What makes you get up in the morning and get to do those tasks that you do every day? What's your number one priority and focus in life? You need to go to a bit deeper in self-reflection and analysis to find answers to these very fundamental questions about how you want to design your life, how you want to make that impact in this world, what your mission looks like. Now, have clarity in all these to lead yourself in the right direction. If you don't know the path and direction, then how can you lead others in the similar journey of becoming something? Step 2 is finding the why, or finding the reasons for who you want to become. It's searching for the answer. What's your purpose in life? It's leading oneself with a solid purpose that will inspire you the journey forward. Mark Twain once said it perfectly. The 2 most important days in our life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. You need to discover your leadership purpose. Simon Sinek, author of The Start with a Why, says, leaders never start with what needs to be done. Leaders start with why we need to do things. Leaders inspire action. Your leadership purpose is understanding who you are, what makes you distinctive, what you are driven to achieve, and what is that magic source that makes you tick. Now, purpose is not just the jargon-filled catchphrases like empower my team to achieve exceptional business results while delighting our customers. It should be something specific and personal, resonating with you and you alone. It doesn't have to be aspirational or cause-based like, oh, save the whales or feed the hungry or save the world. And it is not what you think it should be. It's something that keeps you up at night thinking. It's something more like a calling, a vocation in life. Even if you get away from that responsibility, it kind of haunts you till you accept that mission in life. It's that recurring inner calling. And once you pay attention to that, you can hear it. Remember, followers follow leaders, and leaders follow a singular purpose. Leaders follow purpose, and millions can be rallied around to that same purpose. Think about this. Gandhi's purpose was freedom and non-violence, and millions of people followed the purpose. Martin Luther King's purpose was equality and justice, and people followed his purpose. See, followers follow leaders, but leaders follow a purpose. The big question to ask yourself is, what's your purpose? What fires you up? What keeps you up at night? What gets your blood boiling? From what do you get that utmost satisfaction? Now, these are all something worth reflecting upon. And once you find the answers to the why, then you need to move to the step how. How do you achieve your leadership ideal? You set the vision, you figured out the purpose. Now you need to find how you will accomplish that vision. For this, we need to understand personal leadership, or what leading oneself really means. See, personal leadership is authentic influence that creates value. Personal leadership is authentic influence that creates value. Now, there are three words to consider here: authentic, influence, and value. Authenticity means a well-developed self-awareness that openly faces strength, vulnerabilities, and developmental challenges. Influence means meaningful communication that connects with people by reminding self and others what is genuinely important. Value creation is passion and aspiration to serve multiple constituencies, that is self, team, organization, family, world, community, to sustain performance and contribution over the long term. To master personal leadership, you need to become more authentic, which means more self-knowledge, awareness, and mastery. You need to work on becoming a positive influence on people. That means lead by example. And you must be committed to creating value for others, to be at the service of other people. What does this mean for your leadership development?
To transform oneself and to be a master of personal leadership, we need to keep asking three fundamental questions. How can you increase authenticity as a leader? How can you extend the influence you have? How can you create more value?
Remember, a candle ignites everyone. We can't be great at work unless we feel great about ourselves. We can't bestow others unless we have something to give. We share what we have. We have to be rich before we wish to enrich others. Before thinking of leading the organization, we must know to lead ourselves, to mend ourselves, to manage ourselves. So leadership begins with you. It's knowing who you are, finding your purpose and mission in life. It's mastering yourself through self-regulation and self-management. It's you being the example of self-discipline. You begin to become that role model. Personal leadership is all about knowing that at any moment you have a choice to make, to be, to have, and how you act and how you behave in your life. It's about being conscious of the choices that you're making. And when you learn to make right choices for oneself, it also qualifies you to make the right choices for a group of people and organizations at large. So first, lead yourself and then lead others. First, connect with yourself before you connect with others. First, love yourself before you love others. First, respect yourself before you show respect to others. Leadership begins with you. It's first leading yourself and not being misled by anything or anyone. And once you master leading yourself, you're ready to step in and to become a leader for others.